girl be? Her eyes are open wide, and yet she's in a daydream that's better than real life. She knows a secret country where the grown-ups never go. Why, she's Alice, Alice in Wonderland. Alice, Alice in Wonderland. Curious friends and happy adventures too. Ooh, yes, she's Alice, Alice in Wonderland. Alice, Alice in Wonderland. Alice, wait for us, we'll come too.
I can rely on you now, can't I? Celia, Alice, be good girls while we're away, please.
Yes,
You can
Mummy,
trust
we
me,
will
Mummy.
be. Whatever you say. Of course we'll stay if you want us to, even though it's very boring.
That's good. Thank you, dear.
We won't be gone longer than an hour or two. Are you ready, my dear?
You know, Benny, I think that Daddy and Mummy look much more impressive than the King and Queen of Hearts when they go out.
Very good, George, thank you. Let's be off. See?
Goodbye, Daddy. Goodbye, Mummy. Bye-bye. Be back soon. Benny, Bunny and I will miss you. Bye. See you this evening. Till this evening. Celia, I have a wonderful idea. Let's play Kings and Queens. We can take it in turns to be one then the other, shall we?
Kings and Queens? I think that's a rotten game, and anyway, we're not babies anymore. I'd rather go up to my room and read, thank you.
That's that, forever and ever. That's the last time I ask Celia to play with me ever again or make a friendly suggestion. She can go down on her knees, but I won't ask her again. I can play just as well without her, I'll have you know. I can pretend I'm the queen and give you orders, which it's your solemn duty to carry out. Do you see? Meow, meow. Dinah, Dinah, come back. Oh, she's run away, the spoil sport. Well, never mind. You'll just have to carry out my orders by yourself, Benny Bunny. And anyway, you know more about kings and queens. But we'll have to think of a proper form of punishment for you, just in case. People who disobey are usually thrown into prison. Unfortunately, we don't have anything like that in this house. Wait! I know just the place to lock you up if I need to. If you disobey, you'll be imprisoned in that room there, behind the mirror. It's most peculiar. I've never thought about it before. It's only just occurred to me as a matter of fact. Is the room behind the mirror really like the one we're in? Or does it merely seem to be the same with everything the wrong way round? Whereas, in fact, it's a completely different room altogether. Oh! Benny Bunny! Well, what a disappointment. I really expected to find more than Wonderland behind the mirror.
You'll find Wonderland anywhere you look. That's the wonderful thing about Wonderland.
Make way there, make way, make way. Her Majesty the Queen of Hearts wishes to pass.
Faster, I say. Can't you go any faster?
He can't go much faster than he's going, dear.
I know he can't, but I don't want to waste a single second of my holiday. What's there to laugh at in that?
Her Majesty's taking a holiday.
They nearly ran you over.
It was a very close shave.
If we hadn't jumped out of the way in time, they would simply have knocked us down without
explain,
giving it
Alice.
another thought.
This is the way to the Royal Holiday Palace. I'm afraid you're standing right in the middle of the road.
So I see.
Well, yes, it's the first day of the holidays, and naturally she's anxious to get there. You know how it is, don't you? It's all part of the fun.
Who will take the Queen of Hearts' place while she's on holiday? Somebody must, surely, while she's away.
Ah, while she's away. Do you know, I haven't given it very much thought. But actually, it's rather important. Someone must be able to look after all the affairs of state, you know. Wonderland won't rule itself.
Oh, I'll stand in for the Queen of Hearts if you'd like me to.
Alice, do you know what you're saying? It'll be a disaster.
How can you say that? You know I've always wanted a chance like this, and if I miss it, I doubt there'll be another opportunity. I've always wished this would happen.
Well, your offer seems genuine enough to me, I suppose. So, take the test.
What test? Do you mean one has to pass a test to become the Queen?
Most definitely, of course. In Wonderland, you can't even become a royal chambermaid without a test. Fellow council members, we are gathered together here today to put Alice to the test.
I'd like to be Queen in Her Majesty's
Alice.
absence.
Well, I really don't know what I think of that.
That doesn't surprise me, dear, since anything involved with thinking makes your head ache.
Well, you must admit that I'm at least capable of thinking, which is considerably more than I can say for you, my dear sister.
It's always been my dearest wish to be the Queen.
Clark, take down every word of this.
Always been my dearest wish.
Why are you writing that down?
You
Isn't
will
it
remain
part of my
silent till
test?
questioned.
Oh, I apologize, Your Majesty.
Every word she says, take it all down.
Yes, Your Majesty, I know the form.
Well, young lady, you've obviously never learnt the meaning of the words to behave.
Well, I have learned all sorts of things at school. Reading, writing, arithmetic, geography, handwork.
Arithmetic, that must be fun. And you'll be able to tell me how much 1 and 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 1 make.
Oh, no, you were going much too fast. I couldn't keep up.
She wants
Queen
to stand in for Her
That's quite
Majesty.
ludicrous.
Well, you can't manage simple addition.
Perhaps she's better at subtraction. What is 7 take away 11?
You can't ask me that. I give up.
So, hopeless at subtraction. What about a spot of division, eh? What is a loaf of bread divided by a knife?
You can't expect an answer to that.
No answer. Write that down, please.
No answer.
I could have answered any of those.
Does anyone know what 7 take away 11 is? 7 take away 11.
Anybody? Would you have believed that I'd have to pass such a silly test just to stand in for the Queen for a little while?
Oh, I imagine something like this. You shouldn't expect easy answers in Wonderland.
General appearance, rather poor. Right, general appearance, poor.
Her face is friendly, though, and reasonably pretty, and she seems sincere enough, in my opinion. They're all qualities a queen needs. Then how does a Queen of Hearts manage to rule? She needs those qualities, all right. She's not pretty, friendly, or sincere.
Hush, you'll spoil our chances.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do we consider Alice here capable of standing in for the Queen of Hearts? Those in favour, please raise their hands. And if I might ask the opinion of their two gracious majesties, pray? Very well. Alice has been duly declared Queen of Wonderland and will stand in for Her Majesty the Queen of Hearts during her absence. But as soon as Her Majesty returns from her holiday, Alice must abdicate at once.
Thank you, it's a great honour. I promise to do my very best to be worthy of that honour and to follow Her Majesty the Queen of Hearts' example and to rule the kingdom as well and as justly as she does.
Oh, now that's one of the nicest speeches we've ever heard in Wonderland.
Oh, thank you for the compliment, Your Majesty. A little encouragement goes a long way.
If you've quite finished with the compliments, I'm tired.
If you're so tired, my dear, I suggest you shut your eyes and take 40 winks. I'm sure you won't miss anything. Queen Alice, perhaps you'll sing a lullaby for my sister.
Oh, dear, could I sing something else? I don't know any lullabies.
Never mind, I'm ever so good at lullabies. Sleep, little baby, sleep tight. Angels watch o'er you tonight. The sun has gone down in the west. That means it's time for a rest. See the moon's watery beams shining down into your dreams. Sleep, little baby, sleep tight. Sleep tight. Sleep. A good lullaby never fails.
They've all fallen fast asleep.
Then quickly, let's go to the castle before they wake up.
Yes, that's an excellent idea.
Alice!
Yes?
So you're the new queen. I heard the good news.
Oh, how's that? They're all still fast asleep.
I'm not, although nobody seems to care tuppence what I, Humpty Dumpty, known for my wisdom in all matters, think of the affair. I'm amazed. Who could actually, of her own free will, want to be queen?
I suppose he wants an answer from me. Well, I can't provide one because I wasn't listening to a word he said.
That's enough from you, Cheshire Cat. You're just as bad. No one seems to appreciate good advice.
How does one begin to rule a country where cats suddenly disappear into thin air and eggs sit on walls?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Caterpillar.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Oh, so you've heard that I passed the test and am standing in for the Queen of Hearts.
Why shouldn't I have heard about it? I know everything that happens in Wonderland, but you don't look very pleased at the prospect.
I think I've lost my nerve, you see. I feel I ought never to have applied for the job in the first place.
You passed the test right enough, though, didn't you? And every country in the world needs a ruler. All that's required is a little self-confidence.
It sounds so simple.
It's certainly not difficult, and you can start right now. Chin up, Your Majesty, shoulders back.
All right, I'll try it.
Welcome, Your Majesty. We've been awaiting your arrival.
How grand that sounds. We've been awaiting your arrival.
They've called you Your Majesty once and already you're acting funny.
I'm acting just the same as ever. Her Majesty Queen Alice.
Your Majesty? Your Majesty! Please wake up at once, Your Majesty. It really is high time you were out of bed. It's time to get up!
Oh, tell me where I am.
A in your bed, B in your bedroom, and C in the castle, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty? Oh, I forgot. Yesterday I became the Queen of Wonderland.
Your Majesty, if it's Your Majesty's pleasure, breakfast is ready.
Oh, is it late?
Much too late. Much too late to be in bed, yes, and it's all my fault. I take full responsibility, Your Majesty. Throw me in prison, please.
As long as I'm the Queen, no one goes to prison.
Uh-huh.
You can consider yourself lucky. Alice is a much kinder queen than the Queen of Hearts. That ought to make you happy, Uncle.
I agree with him. He's absolutely right.
A kind queen? I'd given up hope of ever seeing such a thing.
Oh, Penny Bunny, I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm actually sitting on my very own throne. Now, what should my first task be? Should I go and inspect my kingdom, or should I hold a meeting with the Queen of another country?
No, nothing like that, Your Majesty. Your first duty is to put on the royal crown. Bring the royal crown! If you would kindly remove your hat.
Tell me quickly, Penny, how do I look?
You look, that's to say, majestically majestic.
Thank you, Penny, thank you. That means a great deal to me. Well, I'm wearing the royal crown. Now I expect a royal task to perform.
Your Majesty, you're so friendly towards me. It makes me quite muddled up. Could you try being a little bad-tempered, please? I'm far more used to that.
I demand you give me a task to do.
If it's Your Majesty's pleasure, you have granted an audience to Don Fernando.
Oh, I have. I look forward to seeing him.
I trust, Your Majesty, you passed a comfortable night?
Oh, yes, thank you, Don Fernando. I slept very well indeed.
Oh, Your Majesty, you've lost some weight, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, do you think so? I'm sure I weigh the same as I did yesterday.
No, Your Majesty. You're certainly much thinner than you were last time I was here, and your voice has changed.
My voice has changed.
Now, I couldn't say for sure, but you sound somehow, what's the word? Sweeter, perhaps, yes. Younger and sweeter, dear Majesty of Hearts.
Dear Majesty of Hearts, surely you haven't mistaken me for the Queen of Hearts, Don Fernando.
Your eyes can't be as bad as that. That is not the Queen of Hearts before you, but Queen Alice.
Why, yes, of course. You're Alice, my dear little friend.
My dear little friend, show some respect if you please.
Don Fernando meant no harm.
Well, he ought to grovel more.
Not for my sake. Please don't forget that I'm only sitting on this throne here for the time being, and my temporary reign will be over as soon as the Queen of Hearts comes back. But I'd like to be remembered with great affection. I want to be loved. Much loved. And to make extra sure that I really will be remembered with great affection, I'm inviting the whole of Wonderland to dinner. We'll have a real feast and everyone is invited. One of our guests is missing. We can't start yet.
No, I'm not. I'm not missing at all.
Good. Now we're all present. If you please, let the first course be brought in.
As Your Majesty wishes.
That looks extremely tasty. I hope everybody will enjoy it.
Wait, before we begin, we must introduce the leg of lamb to you, Your Majesty.
The leg of lamb? Introduce him?
It's the done thing. May I introduce you to Queen Alice, leg of lamb? Your Majesty, permit me to present our leg of lamb to you.
Humbly honoured, Your Majesty, to make your acquaintance.
I've just lost my appetite. One can't eat something that's recently engaged one in conversation.
Yes, that's true enough. And one might add that it's also contrary to good etiquette to eat someone to whom one has only recently been introduced.
Even I can't tell jokes like that.
You can't tell jokes at all. Well, are we going to eat now or not?
At once. Very well, if no one would care for the meat, I'll be bringing in the steamed plum pudding. Yes, at once.
I really hope I won't have to be introduced to the poor steamed plum pudding, or I certainly won't be able to eat a mouthful of that either.
Your Majesty,
Yes, what is it?
we have yet another guest.
Who can it be?
It's the Jabberwocky, Your Majesty.
I was wondering where you all were. Here you are.
What terrible manners! Did you have to push your way through the wall like that?
Bad manners or not, I didn't have much choice. I do have an invitation, though, you know. But I can't fit through the castle door. Or would you rather I came through the ceiling?
What are you all laughing at? What's the matter with you? What on earth is happening, Betty?
Your Majesty, what's happening is I think they've all gone mad.
I didn't expect anything like this. I think I'll just sneak off.
be nasty to poor little Dinah. She isn't being naughty. She only wants to play. Come on, Dinah, you poor thing. Come to Celia. You obviously prefer that rabbit, don't you?
No, I love them both equally, but Dinah can't come with me to Wonderland like Benny Bunny can, that's all.
Oh, Alice, really, you and your silly Wonderland. Why can't you behave like other children? One never knows whether you're awake or fast asleep with your eyes open.
Just so.
Mummy and Daddy are back.
Come along then before you grow roots. You know they made me queen today.
That's some dream. But I envy you sometimes. I never dream like that.
Celia will never understand that Wonderland isn't a dream at all. Well, it doesn't really matter, I suppose.
Girl be, her eyes are open wide, and yet she's in a daydream.